Hi everyone, Leisa Woolsey, life coach, coming to you from a very chilly and wintry Airdrie, Alberta, Canada. I'm so glad to be back. I took a couple of weeks off. I was in Maui. The first week I was there, I was with my love. And then the second week I was there, I was at a yoga retreat, which was a big ticket item on my to-do list, my bucket list, my YOLO list, all that stuff. So it was a wonderful, wonderful thing. Very blessed, very grateful. But I'm also very glad to be back and in the routine and putting energy towards all the things that really light me up, etc., and so on. So welcome to the Tuesday coaching video. And one of the things that I noticed since I've been back after being in such a glorious place, a very heavenly place. Maui is very, very magical. For those of you who have been, I'm sure you know this, and for those of you that have not been, I highly, highly recommend going to the magical island of Maui. So one of the things that I noticed since I've been back is I came back into pretty chilly weather, lots of snow and all that kind of stuff, and it really takes a beat, takes a minute, takes a sec to get back into that groove. I was in a glorious, tropical, warm, beautiful place by the ocean and by the pool and all that for 2 weeks, and then I came home and I caught myself being a little bit down, a little bit meh, a little meh, because I'm back here and it's cold, very, very cold, not just a little bit cold. It's super, super chilly. And so anyways, it got me to thinking, to make a long story short, which I never do, it got me to thinking about how this is a time of year where, and this is a good practice always, but this is a really good time of year to focus on a lesson that I learned a really long time ago, and that is focusing on what's right versus focusing on what's wrong. Because here's the gist. Whichever you choose to focus on, you will get to be right about. That I am 100% certain of. That I know for sure. So as we move through this month, it's very busy. It tends to be very busy. There's lots going on. For many, it can be a little bit stressful. Lots of things can come up, bubble up for people. We're spending time with family. We have lots to do on the to-do list. There's decorating and shopping and wrapping and preparation and cooking and, lots of parties. There's lots of going, toing and froing, and we can begin to get caught up and swirled up and possibly get into that space for ourselves where we are getting a little bit grumpy because we're a little bit tired, or we're a little bit busy, or we're a little bit blue, what have you, whatever applies. And we can begin to start focusing on what's wrong versus what's right. So that's the seed I want to plant today, because when I first came back from Maui, I caught myself doing that, where I was a little bit blue and a little bit down about how cold it is, and I'm back in the snow, and winter boots and a heavy jacket and toque and mitts and all that stuff, and was feeling a little bit ho-hum, bah humbug, and really had to, as Gabby Bernstein says, check yourself before you wreck yourself. And as I mentioned earlier, it's a really good practice just in general to move through life and move through the moments of your day, really focusing on what's right versus what's wrong. Because when we do focus on what's wrong, number one, we can begin a downward spiral. The snowball effect is huge, or the ripple effect, and it affects others around us. So everyone gets on the bandwagon, and it just becomes this thing. But if you're focused on what's right, no matter what's going on, the fact that again, going back to gratitude and your ripple effect and all the other topics that I've discussed, really focusing on what's right, being blessed, spending time with family, having a beautiful warm home to sleep in at night, having warm clothes, being in a position to buy Christmas presents, being in a position to feed your family, all of those things, whatever you can focus on, whatever you can lean into, whatever you can reach for, to really focus on what's right in your life, in your day, wherever you go. If you're at the post office and it's a really long line to send things, focus on the fact about, you know, how hard the post office workers are working to make sure everybody's stuff gets where it needs to go, and how blessed you are to be able to send things to people and receive things from people. And all of that stuff, just really being mindful of where your mind is at and how you're framing it in order to have the best day possible and to move through this season in a really beautiful space and in a grateful space, focusing on all that's beautiful and all that's right and all that's well. And yeah, that just bubbled up for me because, as I said, coming back from Maui, sort of getting a little bah humbug because it was cold and I wasn't by the ocean in the pool anymore. And yet I have an amazing life with so many blessings. So, pardon me. So I really wanted to plant that seed. As I said, it's a beautiful reminder for this month because it can be so busy. However, it's a fantastic tool just to use in our life. It's a lesson I learned a really, really long time ago, and every once in a while we just need a little reminder, a reaffirmation of things we already know. So I'd like to plant that seed for this week. Take some time throughout your day and remember to really focus, consciously focus, actively, purposefully, intentionally, deliberately focus on all that's right versus all that's wrong. And hang on to that and embrace it and sit in it and hold it dear and really move through this month positively and grateful and in a blissful state. As always, I would love to hear your comments, things that you would like to share, what you think. Very, very grateful for all the support and the love and the encouragement and the following of my videos and the participation. I also wanted to mention that we're doing another small group session this Sunday. So if you're interested, you can certainly contact me through my website, through Facebook, Twitter, Insta, all those beautiful places. Have a wonderful day. Focus on what's right versus what's wrong. Take care of you, and I look forward to another video next week. Yay! Bye!